Alright everybody, it's Virginia Outdoors Unlimited here today, and today I'm going to be doing a video that I've been wanting to do for a little while, and that video is going to be me talking about my duck hunting statistics from this year. I keep a very detailed statistics sheet on Google Drive. It's just what works for me, easy to access through my phone and through my computer, and I basically just use a couple different spreadsheets to basically just track my individual hunts. So I'll track the notes, the weather, the number of ducks seen of my individual hunts, and then I'll track the total of number of birds killed across the season, the averages, birds per hunt, birds lost per hunt, total number of skunks, and things of that nature. So I'm going to be using a screen recording today. As you can see, I have my laptop here in front of me. So the video format today, I'm basically just going to be cutting between the main camera and my screen recording. And we're just going to talk about, basically go down the individual hunt list first, talk about some individual hunts, show the statistics for those, and then talk about the season overall, the statistics for that. Sorry, I have trouble saying that word. So as you can see here on my computer, I'm switching the screen here. This is where my season started here, September the 1st, 2017. First hunt I got out on, a goose hunt. And I really did not have a lot of September goose hunting prospects this year. So first hunt, saw a lot of wood ducks and a few mallards, but no geese at all. Really poor goose hunting morning. And then my car broke down. Blew a cylinder in my engine, something I didn't really talk about much this season. And so I was down. I didn't have my car basically all the way up until midway through October. So, that's why I didn't get out on more September goose and teal hunts. Going down, October was pretty bad as well. Low water, so first 3 hunts of the year, skunks, didn't go that well. October, however, as a month in total, was great for us. Had a couple really good hunts with wood ducks and mallards. And then right at the end of our November season, had a couple great hunts. One with my father on Thanksgiving, 12 birds there. So really awesome November season. Starting off December, started off pretty poorly. As you can see here, 0 birds on the first hunt. And there's a little star beside that. The little star is because my gun broke on that hunt. If you haven't seen the hunt where I got my first black duck, I actually talked about it. Excuse me. And my gun broke on me that morning. I saw, as you can see here, I actually... sorry, I should have talked about that. So for here, for this duck hunting stats, I list, the date, the number of birds, all that stuff, number of birds seen. So for that hunt, even though I bagged 0 birds, I saw every bit of 200 mallards and 100 wood ducks and another 50 geese. Could have easily had a duck limit and probably a goose limit too. So pretty disappointing morning, but that little star beside it is because I don't count that hunt as a hunt in my season statistics. I don't count it as like a real hunt just because I couldn't fire the gun. So going down, throughout the beginning of December season, it was pretty hit or miss. I was hunting so much that, as you can see, I was having a good number of skunks because I was having to go to spots I had really never gone to before. I was trying not to pressure my spots too much, so I was going to different spots, trying to give my main spots some rest, and ended up getting out on some hunts where I really did not have that much success, didn't see that many birds. And also, it was a lot of a learning experience, going to new spots, learning where the birds' flight pattern and things of that nature. So, I saw a lot of birds all the way out through the December season, as you can see here. Never really saw a small amount of birds, 250 mallards, 200 mallards that day. But getting the birds to work was sometimes a challenge. Shooting was definitely sometimes a challenge. But then we got, right after Christmas, I had my best streak of the year. Basically from the 27th of December all the way until the 7th of January. I had really great hunts. I had school off for Christmas break, and then some snow days. And right here, the 5th of January through the 7th of January, those were my best 3 consecutive days of the season. The cold weather hit, and like I said, our best hunting here in Virginia is normally when the cold weather is. We had a very good a very good November and beginning of December even, but our best hunts are in the cold. So 7 birds by myself the first day, 10 birds between 3 of us the second day, and then 9 birds between 3 of us the third day. So really, really awesome hunts right there. And then towards the end of the season, we started to see more of a goose trend. That's pretty normal for my area. Started to see a lot more geese, and finished out the season with some pretty awesome goose hunts. What I really like about this individual stat list, as you can see here, is I keep stats, I keep stats on so much stuff that I can go back and I can identify patterns. I can identify when I saw a lot of birds. I can look at the date. Normally I'll have the location here. I edited that out for obvious reasons. So I'll have the location here so I can match up the location with the dates, with the weather, and try to identify patterns so I can go back and scout locations and hunt locations that have been successful in previous years. So keeping those detailed statistics on individual hunts for me is something that helps me improve as a waterfowler. So here's my second sheet. This is just my total season stat sheet. So this is where I keep, the number of group birds killed, the number of individual birds killed. So that's the number of birds I killed as a group on group hunts. Number of birds I killed as an individual. Number of total birds lost. Number of puddle ducks, diver ducks, and then some averages, individual birds per hunt, and things of that nature. So for me this year, I actually set a goal for myself. I wanted to harvest 35 ducks and 15 geese. That wasn't a hard line goal. It was something I was kind of just striving for. But it was something that was in the back of my head. For me, always the first and foremost thing is going to be having fun, relaxing, and numbers and shooting ducks is always second. So it was something for me to strive towards, to, push myself towards, but it wasn't something that was on the forefront when I was duck hunting. It wasn't something that I was actively thinking about. So as a group here this season, I'll start last season, 2016-2017, hunted a number 23 times, only harvested 13 individual birds. This season I hunted 33 times, only 10 times more, harvested 68 birds. That for me that's the statistic that shows the most improvement. The number of birds harvested, that number can be deceiving, but just that huge increase showed for me that I had improved a lot as a waterfowler. But 106 group birds killed, so that was including my individual birds. So either when I was hunting by myself or when I was hunting as a group, I was part of 106 birds killed. I didn't actively kill 106 birds, but I was part of a hunt. I was part of hunts where 106 birds were killed as the season went on. I actively harvested or killed by myself 68 birds. That's ducks and geese combined. And here's the statistic that I'm really displeased with: is 15 birds lost. I attribute that to basically a couple things. First off, hunting in a lot thicker areas, and then second off, not having a good cleanup load, which is something I'm going to get next year. And of course, not having a dog. However, my buddy Chase is getting a dog, so hopefully, I'll hunt with him as much as I did this season, which was a decent amount. And I attribute, I have to give a shout out to Chase. The 106 birds I killed this season, so many of those birds were because of him. He helped teach me a lot. Got me out on some really great hunts, and I feel like when I hunt with people, I look for people, I feel like I had really, even though I didn't hunt with a group that much, we harvested a ton of birds as a group, and that's because when I go out with people, I look for people who have the same energy and the same mindset that I do, and he really does, and he brings the same energy that I do to duck hunting. He gets up early, he goes hard, and we had a lot of success this season, so big shout out to him. But he'll have a dog next season, so hopefully that'll help cut down on those total birds lost. Then going down here, 34 puddle ducks killed, 16 wood ducks, 15 mallards, first black duck, first gadwall, first widgeon. I love getting those first. It's something for me that's super exciting. So getting those first birds and getting 34 puddle ducks, really a huge improvement over the last season. You can see 11 puddle ducks. Moving on to diver ducks, I harvested 17 diver ducks this season compared to 0 diver ducks last season. Another huge improvement. 7 mergansers. Of course, I'm not a huge fan of shooting mergansers. I personally don't love how they taste. I actually turned mine this year, either gave them away or turned them into sausage. Goldeneye, so my first ever goldeneye, got some buffleheads, first ever bluebills, first ever ringnecks. So that was 6 new species. I harvested 6 new species this season. I don't think I could even ever have another season like that. It was attributed to some really cold weather here in Virginia that pushed down some weird ducks, and then hunting with some really great people and finding some new spots. And then total of 17 geese. Just beat my benchmark. I won 15 geese for the season, got 17, so just passed that number compared to 2 last season. So all these numbers for me show improvement. On to individual birds per hunt. So this is basically just the individual birds I shot, birds I claimed over my total hunts. So 33 hunts, 68 birds divided by 33 hunts, just over 3 birds per hunt. I mean, just over 2 birds per hunt. And then this statistic right here is excluding skunks. So this is hunts, individual birds claimed by me in hunts where I killed 1 or more birds. So excluding skunks, harvested just under 3 birds per hunt, which again is a very decent number in my opinion. And then group birds, excluding skunks, was 4.6 birds per hunt, just over, normally I was hunting with 2 or 3 people, so pretty much 2 birds per hunt per person, which is, very decent in my opinion for the areas that I hunt, mostly public areas. So again, something I am proud of. Of course, I'm sure other people have put up a lot better numbers than me, but I had a great time hunting this season, and these are numbers I am personally proud of. Best personal bag limit was 7 birds. That only happened once, and that was this diver hunt in the ice by myself. A hunt I probably wouldn't go on again just because of how dangerous it was, but definitely an awesome hunt. And then that's the best group bag we had, which was 12 birds between me and my father, 2-man limit, a lot of mallards, green-winged teal, wood ducks, and then a gadwall. So total number was 10 skunks for the year. Hunted 10 more times and had 2 less skunks than last year. That for me is one of the most revealing stats as to how much I've improved as a waterfowler. For me, these statistics show me my improvement. It shows me that I am improving, that I'm becoming more efficient, that I'm learning more, and I'm a very analytical person, so I learn a lot of stuff through analytics, and that's really the reason I keep these stat sheets. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it really wasn't too informative. It was basically just me talking about my statistics, but make sure to leave a comment if you guys have any questions, if you guys want to see any different videos. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more waterfowling content, more turkey hunting will hopefully be coming up soon, and fishing. And thank you for watching the video.